Maya, who sought passage through the legendary Gate of Truth. For years she carried heavy scrolls of knowledge, believing they held the key to crossing the threshold. Yet each time she approached, the gate remained sealed. Only when she released her grip on what she thought she knew, letting go of the scrolls and the weight of false beliefs, did the gate swing open effortlessly. Your journey mirrors Maya's path. The beliefs you carry, whether inherited or acquired, either illuminate or obscure your way forward. Some beliefs serve as bridges to higher understanding, while others act as barriers, blocking the flow of universal energy. To transform your reality, you must first examine the foundation upon which you build. Take your journal and find a quiet moment of reflection. Write down the beliefs you hold about yourself, success, abundance, and your place in the universe. Look especially for those thoughts that begin with, "I can't," "I'm not," or "it's impossible." These limiting beliefs are like cracks in your foundation, weakening the structure of your manifestations. Yet just as Thomas could replace a weakened stone, you can replace these beliefs with empowering truths. For each limiting belief you uncover, craft an affirmation that aligns with your highest vision. Let your pen flow freely as you write new truths into being. Feel the power of these new beliefs anchoring themselves into your consciousness, creating a foundation strong enough to support the grandest vision you hold for your life. Chapter 13. Gratitude as an Energetic Bridge. In a small village among rolling hills lived Amara, a woman known for her unwavering faith. As drought gripped the land and wells ran dry, others grew desperate and fearful. Yet each morning, Amara would walk to her garden, look up at the cloudless sky, and give heartfelt thanks for the rain that had not yet fallen. "Why do you thank the heavens for what is not here?" her neighbors asked. "I thank the universe for what already exists," she would reply, her eyes gleaming with certainty. "For in the realm of spirit, the rain has already blessed our land." Day after day, Amara tended her garden with gratitude, speaking to her withering plants, as though they were already nourished by heaven's waters. And then one morning, clouds gathered on the horizon. By nightfall, gentle rain blessed the parched earth, transforming the village into an oasis of abundance. You must understand that gratitude holds the power to bridge the gap between what is and what can be. When you give thanks for something before its physical manifestation, you align yourself with the frequency of its existence in the quantum field. Far across the sea lived Kai, a sailor who navigated treacherous waters with remarkable ease. While other sailors cursed the towering waves that threatened their vessels, Kai would bow his head in appreciation for each swell that carried him closer to shore. "Every wave," he would say, "is a blessing that propels me toward my destination." Through countless storms and challenges, Kai's gratitude transformed what others saw as obstacles into allies, guiding him safely to harbor time and again. This truth lies before you now. Gratitude is not merely a response to receiving. It is the very force that draws your desires into being. When you thank the universe for its abundance, you tune your vibration to the frequency of receiving. Your appreciation becomes the magnet that attracts more reasons to be thankful. This ancient practice of preemptive gratitude alters the very fabric of your reality. By giving thanks for what you wish to manifest, as though it is already yours, you create a resonance that the universe must match. Your grateful heart becomes the fertile soil in which all possibilities can take root and flourish. As the sun rises each morning, take a moment to sit in quietude. In your journal, write 3 things for which you are deeply thankful. Include not only what already exists in your physical reality, but also that which you wish to manifest. Feel the warmth of gratitude spread through your being as you acknowledge each blessing, both realized and yet to come. Let your appreciation flow freely, embracing both the grand and subtle gifts of existence. From the miracle of breath that sustains you to the infinite stars that light the night sky, acknowledge the boundless blessings that surround you. Feel how this practice shifts your energy, opening channels through which greater abundance can flow. As you cultivate this state of reverent gratitude, you become a magnet for prosperity, drawing to yourself ever more reasons to give thanks. The universe responds to your grateful heart with increasing generosity, creating an endless cycle of blessing and appreciation. Chapter 14, Love. In the ancient village of Lumina, where shadows often lingered long after sunset, lived an elder who kept a single candle burning in her window. Night after night, the flame's glow seemed to stretch beyond natural limits, casting light across the entire village square. Those who witnessed this phenomenon spoke of how the light carried a warmth that touched not just their eyes, but their hearts. When asked about her mysterious candle, the elder would smile and say, "This flame burns with love, and love knows no bounds." You now stand at the threshold of understanding the highest frequency in all of existence, the vibration of pure love. Like that boundless candlelight, love possesses the power to transform everything it touches, dissolving darkness and illuminating paths previously hidden from view. In the realm of eternal truth, love stands as the supreme creative force, the very essence from which all manifestation springs forth. When you align yourself with this frequency, you tap into the universe's most potent current of creation. Consider the tale of Maya, whose child struggled to speak. While others advised harsh methods and expressed doubt, Maya simply enveloped her child in unconditional love. Each day, she would hold her little one close, radiating pure acceptance and unwavering faith. Gradually, without force or fear, words began to flow from the child's lips like a gentle spring stream. This truth reveals itself. Love holds the power to manifest miracles, not through force or demand, but through the gentle yet unstoppable power of acceptance and faith. When you approach your desires with love rather than desperation, you align with the very force that births stars and moves mountains. To access this transformative power, close your eyes and imagine love as a golden light emanating from your heart center. Allow this radiance to expand, first filling your entire being, then extending outward to embrace everything in your life, your dreams, your challenges, even those situations that seem to resist transformation. Feel how this love dissolves resistance and opens new pathways for manifestation. Let this light of love flow toward yourself, acknowledging every part of your being with complete acceptance. Direct it toward others, blessing them with unconditional positive regard. Finally, envelop your deepest desires in this golden radiance, knowing that love's touch awakens the seed of manifestation within every dream. This practice, performed daily, attunes your entire being to love's creative frequency. As you cultivate this highest vibration, you naturally align with the universe's most powerful creative force, allowing miracles to unfold with grace and ease. Through consistent devotion to this sacred ritual, you become a living channel for divine love's transformative power. Feel how this practice dissolves the barriers between your desires and their manifestation, creating a crystalline pathway through which the universe can work its magic. As your heart center grows stronger with each session, you'll discover that what once seemed impossible now flows to you as naturally as breath itself. Chapter 15. Transcending Fear Across Dimensions. In the mist-shrouded mountains of ancient times, a warrior named Akiro trained relentlessly to face the shadows that haunted the sacred peaks. Each dawn he would climb higher, sword drawn, ready to battle these fearsome entities that locals whispered about in hushed tones. Yet as he ascended one fateful morning, something extraordinary occurred. As the sun rose behind him, Akiro noticed that the terrifying shadows he had been pursuing were nothing more than his own silhouette cast upon the morning mist. In that moment of clarity, years of fear dissolved into understanding. You now stand where Akiro once stood, facing shadows that seemed to hold power over your destiny. Yet these shadows, like his, are illusions born of mind and memory. Fear acts as a veil, contracting your energy field and blocking the natural flow of universal forces through your being. When you allow fear to guide your choices, you create resistance in the quantum field, limiting the possibilities available to you. Like a river confronting a dam, the natural flow of abundance and opportunity becomes restricted, forcing energy to find alternate, often less direct paths to reach you. Consider the tale of Elena, who discovered an ancient map leading to a mystical sanctuary. The final passage required crossing a great chasm where no bridge could be seen. All who came before had turned back, their fear convincing them the journey was impossible. Yet Elena, guided by unwavering trust, stepped forward into empty space. As her foot moved through the air, a crystalline bridge materialized beneath it, each step forward revealing another section of the path. This truth becomes clear. Fear exists only in the space between what is known and what is possible. When met with trust and awareness, these shadows dissolve like morning mist in sunlight. Your power lies not in the absence of fear, but in your willingness to move forward despite its presence. Take your journal now and draw 2 columns upon a blank page. In the first, write down every fear that whispers to you in the quiet moments. Face each shadow directly, bringing it into the light of your awareness. In the second column, craft a statement of trust that transforms each fear into an opportunity for growth. Let each word you write be a step upon your own crystalline bridge, knowing that trust reveals the path forward even when your eyes cannot yet see it. Feel how this practice begins to dissolve the illusions that have held you back, opening new pathways for universal energy to flow through your life. Chapter 16. The Art of Surrender. In a village along an ancient river lived a fisherman named Chen. Each morning he would fight against the current, believing that through sheer force of will he could command the waters to yield their bounty. Day after day, his nets returned empty, his arms aching from the constant struggle. One dawn, exhausted from his futile efforts, Chen released his grip on the oars. To his amazement, as he surrendered to the river's flow, it carried him to a hidden cove teeming with fish. In that moment, he understood that the river knew better than he where abundance waited. You too stand at the edge of this river of life, perhaps believing that control and force will bring you what you seek. Yet true power lies not in resistance, but in alignment with the greater flow that moves through all things. When you surrender to this divine current, you open yourself to possibilities beyond your limited perspective. The universe holds infinite wisdom, orchestrating countless events beyond your awareness. Like Chen, your role is not to force outcomes, but to align with the natural flow that carries you toward your highest good. High in the mountain passes walked Maya, a traveler whose pack grew heavier with each step. She carried worries like stones, fears about the future, regrets from the past, anxieties about the path ahead. As she struggled to ascend, a mountain sage observed her labored breathing. "What you carry was meant to be released," the sage said softly. "Each burden you set down becomes a step that lifts you higher." One by one, Maya placed her stones of worry upon the ground. With each release, her steps grew lighter until she seemed to float up the mountain path, carried by an invisible wind. Surrender is not defeat. It is the recognition that you are part of something greater than yourself. When you release the need to control every detail, you allow universal intelligence to work through you, bringing forth solutions you could never have imagined. Your practice now is to sit quietly and identify one concern that weighs upon your mind. Feel its weight. Acknowledge its presence. Then, with conscious intent, release it to the universe, trusting that all is working in perfect order for your highest good. Notice how your energy shifts as you let go, how space opens within you for new possibilities to emerge. Like the river that guided Chen to abundance and the mountain path that rose to meet Maya's lightened steps, the universe stands ready to support you. Your only task is to release your grip and allow yourself to be carried by its wisdom. Chapter 17. Visualizing the Quantum Blueprint. In a sunlit studio among ancient olive trees, Sophia stood before an empty canvas. Each morning, she would close her eyes and let her innermost dreams flow through her brushstrokes. On this particular dawn, she painted with such clarity and feeling that her heart seemed to beat in rhythm with each color she laid upon the canvas. As the last ray of sunset touched her finished work, a vibrant scene of abundance and joy, something extraordinary occurred. The painted flowers began to release their fragrance into the air, and the golden light she had captured seemed to warm the room. In that moment, Sophia realized she had done more than create art. She had brought a new reality into being through the power of her vision. You too possess this sacred ability to shape reality through the pictures you hold in your mind. When you visualize with unwavering clarity and deep emotion, you activate forces beyond the physical realm. Your thoughts become the brushstrokes that paint your future upon the canvas of existence. The quantum field responds to the images you hold within, transforming possibility into reality through the power of focused attention. Just as light can behave as both wave and particle, your visualizations exist as both potential and manifestation, collapsing into form through your conscious observation. Along the shores of a distant coast lived Thomas, a young man who spent hours gazing at the horizon, seeing not just waves but the great ships he would one day command. Each night, he would close his eyes and feel the salt spray on his face, hear the snap of sails in the wind, and sense the steady motion of a deck beneath his feet. Others called him a dreamer, but Thomas knew he was doing more than dreaming. He was rehearsing his destiny. Each vivid visualization guided his choices, from the books he studied to the skills he developed. When opportunity finally arrived in the form of an apprenticeship, he was ready, having lived this moment countless times in his mind. These ancient teachings reveal that visualization is not mere fantasy. It is the language through which you communicate your desires to the universe. When you hold an image with clarity and infuse it with emotion, you create a template that reality rushes to fill. Your sacred practice now is to create your own visualization temple within. Find a quiet space where you will not be disturbed. Close your eyes and begin to build with exquisite detail the reality you wish to manifest. See the colors, hear the sounds, feel the textures of your desired life. Let your heart swell with the emotions of living this reality. Breathe life into every detail until it feels more real than your present circumstances. Maintain this vision with the same dedication Sophia brought to her canvas, with the same conviction Thomas held for his destiny. For in this practice lies the power to transform the pictures in your mind into the circumstances of your life. Chapter 18. The Rhythm of Alignment. In a distant mountain village, a young dancer named Luna practiced tirelessly in her quest for perfection. Despite her technical mastery, something remained missing from her performances. One evening, as moonlight filtered through temple windows, she ceased her structured routines and simply listened to the ancient melodies that filled the air. As she surrendered to the music's natural flow, her body began to move with an ease she had never known. Her movements became one with the rhythm, flowing like water over stones. In that moment of perfect alignment, Luna discovered that true mastery comes not from forcing but from flowing. You stand now at the threshold of a profound truth. Life itself moves in rhythms, patterns, and cycles that guide your journey toward manifestation. When you align your actions with these universal currents, you enter a state of effortless creation where resistance dissolves and synchronicity flourishes. The law of rhythm governs all things, from the beating of your heart to the turning of galaxies. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions carry their own vibration, and when these align with universal frequencies, you enter the stream of infinite possibility. In the valleys below the ancient hills lived Chen, a farmer who had inherited wisdom passed down through generations. While others rushed to plant with the first warm day, Chen waited, observing the subtle signs in nature. He watched the flight patterns of birds, felt the moisture in the soil, and listened to the whispers of the wind. Only when all signs aligned did Chen sow his seeds, working in harmony with nature's rhythm. Year after year, his crops flourished while others struggled, for he understood that success comes from moving in concert with the natural order of creation. These teachings reveal that manifestation flows most powerfully when you attune yourself to universal timing. Just as each season serves its purpose, every phase of your journey carries its own wisdom and opportunity. Resistance arises when you fight against these natural currents rather than flowing with them. Your sacred practice is to cultivate awareness of life's natural rhythm. Begin each morning by quieting your mind and feeling the subtle currents of energy moving through your day. Notice which actions feel aligned and which create resistance. Let your intuition guide your timing, knowing that just as a river knows its course to the sea, your inner wisdom knows the path to your desires. Move through your day as Luna moved through her dance, not by forcing or controlling, but by flowing in harmony with the music of the spheres. Trust, as Chen trusted, that proper timing brings effortless abundance. For in this alignment with universal rhythm lies the secret of graceful manifestation. Chapter 19. Patience and Trust in Divine Timing. In a bustling village square, there lived a baker named Thomas whose bread was once renowned throughout the land. Each morning, villagers would line up eagerly to taste his creations. Yet as his fame grew, so did his impatience. One fateful day, watching the growing crowd outside his window, he decided to hasten the rising of his dough by increasing the heat of his ovens. The results were disastrous. The bread emerged burned on the outside, raw within, inedible monuments to his haste. In his rush to meet demand, he had forgotten the fundamental truth. Bread, like all creations, requires its own divine timing. You now approach a vital understanding in the mastery of manifestation. The universe operates on perfect timing, a divine orchestration that cannot be rushed or delayed. When you align with this truth, you enter a state of peaceful allowing, knowing that everything unfolds in its perfect moment. Just as bread requires specific conditions and timing to rise properly, Your desires manifest when all energetic conditions align. Forcing or rushing this process only creates resistance, blocking the natural flow of creation. In the ancient gardens of the East lived Sophia, a wise woman known for her extraordinary plants. Visitors often asked about her secret, expecting complex techniques or rare ingredients. Instead, she would smile and lead them to a patch of freshly planted soil. "See these seeds beneath the earth?" she would ask. "Though we cannot witness their transformation, they are already becoming what they are meant to be. Our role is not to dig them up each day to check their progress, but to trust in the unseen process of growth." This wisdom speaks to the heart of manifestation. Between the planting of your intention and its physical emergence lies a period of unseen development. During this time, forces beyond your perception work tirelessly to arrange the perfect conditions for your desire to manifest. Patience is not passive waiting, but active faith in the perfect unfolding of universal law. When you trust in divine timing, you release the anxiety that blocks manifestation and enter a state of peaceful expectancy. Your ritual of discovery invites you to observe areas where impatience creates resistance in your life. Each evening, record moments when you felt urged to force outcomes or rush natural processes. For each instance, write an affirmation of trust. "I release my timeline and trust in divine timing. All is unfolding perfectly." Feel the peace that comes with surrendering to universal wisdom, knowing that everything you desire is already in motion, emerging at the perfect moment. Chapter 20. Quantum Leaps and Dimensional Shifts. In the ancient scrolls of the East, there exists a tale of a magnificent phoenix who lived in perpetual fear of the flames. Though destined for rebirth through fire, the majestic bird resisted its nature, clinging to its current form. Yet when the moment of transformation finally arrived, the phoenix discovered that its rebirth happened not in hours or days, but in a single, breathtaking instant. In that flash of surrender, it emerged renewed, more glorious than before. You stand now at the threshold of understanding one of the universe's most powerful secrets. Transformation need not be gradual. Within the quantum field, change occurs not through slow progression, but through sudden realignment, a phenomenon known as quantum leaping. When energy aligns perfectly across all dimensions, reality shifts instantaneously. Like water changing to steam at precisely 212 degrees Fahrenheit, your circumstances can transform in a moment when the right conditions converge. High in the mountains of Tibet, a monk named Chen spent decades in meditation, seeking enlightenment through careful practice and gradual progression. One morning, while simply watching a dewdrop fall from a leaf, everything changed. In that singular moment, all his years of preparation crystallized into perfect clarity. What he had sought through years of gradual effort arrived in an instant of perfect alignment. This truth reveals itself in your own life. Though you may have spent years building toward a goal, its manifestation often arrives in a sudden shift, a single phone call, an unexpected meeting, a moment of insight that changes everything. These quantum leaps occur when your energy aligns perfectly across all dimensions: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. The key lies not in forcing these moments, but in remaining open to their possibility while maintaining the highest vibration of expectancy. Like a master surfer waiting for the perfect wave, you stay prepared, knowing that when conditions align, transformation happens in an instant. Your ritual of discovery invites you to prepare for these quantum moments. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Breathe deeply as you visualize yourself standing before a doorway of light. This doorway represents the threshold of instant transformation. Feel the energy building around you, knowing that at any moment you could step through into a completely new reality. Hold this space of readiness, this vibration of expectancy, allowing yourself to become familiar with the energy of imminent transformation. Practice this visualization daily, maintaining the feeling of being poised on the brink of miraculous change. Part 3. Ascension to the 33rd Degree. Chapter 21. The Codex of Infinite Possibilities. In the ancient halls of Alexandria, there lived a librarian named Amara, who spent her days surrounded by scrolls of wisdom. One evening, as the sun cast long shadows through towering shelves, she discovered a leather-bound volume unlike any other. Its pages appeared blank at first glance, yet as she pondered life's deepest mysteries, words of wisdom materialized before her eyes. The more questions she asked, the more knowledge flowed onto its infinite pages, revealing secrets of creation itself. The universe operates much like this mystical book, responding to your deepest inquiries with infinite wisdom. Each question you pose to the cosmos opens new pathways of understanding, revealing possibilities that existed all along, waiting to be discovered. Within the quantum field lies a vast library of potential realities, every possibility that could ever exist. Your consciousness acts as the librarian, selecting which possibilities manifest into your experience through your focus and intention. Far across the desert sands, a traveler named Rashid searched endlessly for a legendary chest said to contain the greatest treasure in existence. After years of seeking, he finally found the ornate box in a hidden cave. As he despaired over how to open it, a wise voice whispered that he need only look in his pocket. There he found a ring of keys he had carried all along, each one representing a different aspect of his own creative power. Like Rashid, you already possess everything needed to unlock the treasures you seek. The power to shape reality isn't found in distant places or ancient artifacts. It resides within your own consciousness, waiting to be recognized and embraced. Your role as creator is not to force reality into being, but to align with the infinite possibilities already present in the quantum field. Just as Amara's book revealed its wisdom through her questions, your reality takes shape through your conscious interaction with the field of all potential. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Imagine before you a magnificent book bound in starlight, the Codex of Infinite Possibilities. As you open its pages, see them shimmer with potential, waiting for your intentions to take form. Choose one desire you wish to manifest. With your inner vision, watch as golden letters appear on the blank page, writing the story of your desire as if it has already manifested. Feel the reality of these words in your heart. Know that as you write in this cosmic ledger, you activate the very same creative force that shapes universes. Hold this vision until you feel your desire has been fully imprinted into the field of all possibility. Chapter 22. Embracing the Shadow. In the depths of a moonlit night, a wanderer named Thaddeus journeyed through an ancient forest. With each step, he grew increasingly distressed by the dark shape that followed his every move. No matter how fast he walked or which direction he turned, the shadow remained, an ever-present companion he desperately wished to escape. As exhaustion overtook him, Thaddeus collapsed beneath an old oak tree. In that moment of surrender, he noticed something extraordinary. His shadow wasn't pursuing him at all. Instead, it always pointed toward the light of the moon, guiding him through the darkness he had feared. The shadow self operates in much the same way in your life. What you resist and fear often holds the very wisdom you need to progress on your path. These darker aspects of your nature, the parts you hide, deny, or run from, are not your enemies but your teachers. Within the depths of your being lie dormant strengths waiting to be acknowledged. Your fears mask untapped courage. Your anger conceals passion for justice. Your doubt harbors the seeds of wisdom. Each shadow aspect carries a gift wrapped in the disguise of darkness. In a distant village lived a potter named Maya who struggled to create perfect vessels. Her hands, though skilled, always left subtle marks and tiny irregularities in her work. One day, as sunlight streamed through her window, she noticed how these imperfections caught the light, creating patterns more beautiful than any deliberate design could achieve. In embracing these supposed flaws, she discovered her unique artistic signature. Your perceived imperfections, like Maya's uneven pottery, contain hidden beauty and purpose. The aspects of yourself you judge most harshly often hold the keys to your greatest strengths. By integrating rather than rejecting these shadow elements, you become whole. Take now your journal and find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Light a candle symbolizing consciousness, illuminating the shadows. On your pages, write about the parts of yourself you typically avoid or judge. Perhaps it's anger, fear, desire, or perceived weakness. For each shadow aspect, ask, what wisdom does this part of me carry? What strength lies hidden within this trait? What would this aspect say if it could speak its truth? Write without judgment, allowing your shadow self to express itself freely. Notice how these supposedly dark aspects often point toward your light, just as Thaddeus's shadow guided him toward the moon. In acknowledging and embracing these parts of yourself, you reclaim the power they hold. Chapter 23. The Symphony of Frequencies. In a grand concert hall among ancient mountains, there lived a conductor named Raphael, who dreamed of creating the perfect symphony. Night after night, he struggled to bring harmony to his orchestra, focusing solely on correcting individual mistakes rather than seeing the greater whole. One evening, as frustration mounted, an old sage appeared in the empty hall. "You seek perfection in isolation," the sage observed, "but harmony emerges from unity. Each instrument carries its own vibration, just as each soul resonates with its unique frequency. True mastery lies not in forcing them to conform, but in helping them align naturally. Through the universal laws that govern all creation, every thought, emotion, and action emanates a specific frequency. These vibrations intermingle with the cosmic symphony, creating the melody of your existence. When you align yourself with higher frequencies, love, joy, gratitude, and peace, you naturally attract experiences that match these vibrations. Consider how a single instrument, played in isolation, creates beautiful music. Yet when combined with others in perfect harmony, it produces something far more magnificent. You too are an instrument in the grand orchestra of life, capable of creating either discord or harmony through your vibrational state. In a distant mountain temple there lived a monk named Chen, who spent years learning to tune his body and mind like a sacred instrument. Each morning he would sit in meditation, adjusting his breath until it flowed like music. Each thought he cultivated resonated with peace. Each action flowed with grace. Soon those around him began to experience the same harmony. As if his inner peace created ripples throughout the universe, you possess this same ability to influence the world through your vibrational frequency. When you consciously choose to align with higher vibrations, you become like Chen, a source of harmony that transforms not only your own experience but touches everything around you. Find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Begin by taking 3 deep breaths, imagining each exhale releasing any discordant energies. Now speak these affirmations aloud, allowing their vibration to resonate through your being. I am in perfect harmony with the universe. Love flows through me, elevating all that I am. Gratitude fills my heart, attracting more blessings. Joy is my natural state of being. As you speak each affirmation, pause to feel its vibration in your body. Then, create a pure tone with your voice, a simple Om, or any note that feels natural. Let this sound embrace you, imagining it aligning every cell of your being with these higher frequencies. Practice this attunement daily, becoming an instrument of harmony in the universal symphony. Chapter 24. The Still Point of Creation. In a bustling city of brass and gears lived a watchmaker named Thomas, whose timepieces were renowned throughout the land. Though his craftsmanship was unmatched, he struggled to create the perfect mechanism, one that would keep time with the universe itself. One night, as he studied his finest creation, he noticed something extraordinary. At the heart of every gear, at the center of every rotation, there existed a point of absolute stillness. This revelation transformed his understanding. The power of movement didn't come from the turning of the gears, but from the stillness at their core. Within you exists this same still point, a space of pure potential where all dimensions of reality converge. It is here, in this sacred center, that the seeds of manifestation take root. Like the eye of a storm, this stillness holds infinite power, waiting to be awakened through your conscious awareness. Along the stormy shores of an ancient coast, a fisherman named Wei faced treacherous waters each day. He fought against the waves until an elder taught him the secret of navigation. "Find the calm within the storm," the elder whispered, "for it is there that you will find your way." Wei learned to sense the pocket of stillness that existed even in the fiercest tempest. By aligning with this calm center, he could navigate safely through any weather. The ocean's fury no longer threatened him, for he had discovered the power of inner stillness. You too can access this still point within. When you enter this space of pure potential, you align with the creative force of the universe itself. Here, in the silence between thoughts, in the pause between breaths, you touch the infinite. To enter this sacred space, find a quiet place where you will remain undisturbed. Sit comfortably with your spine straight, allowing your breath to flow naturally. As you breathe, focus your attention on the space between each breath, the moment of perfect stillness that exists before inhalation and after exhalation. With each breath, sink deeper into this stillness. Feel yourself entering the eye of the storm, where all is calm, where all possibilities exist. Let your awareness rest in this space of pure potential. Here, in this still point, you connect with the source of all creation. Practice dwelling in this stillness for a few minutes each day, gradually extending the duration as you become more comfortable. From this space of inner quiet, your intentions naturally align with the creative force of the universe, allowing manifestation to flow effortlessly through you. Chapter 25. Detachment from the illusion of ego. In the ancient kingdom of Aurea, there lived a king named Raziel, who possessed everything a mortal could desire. His palace touched the clouds, his treasures filled vast chambers, and his words shaped the fate of nations. Yet in his heart, he felt empty, knowing something essential eluded his grasp. One night, as he gazed at his reflection in a golden mirror, he saw not a powerful ruler, but a prisoner of his own making. In that moment of clarity, he removed his crown, stepped down from his throne, and walked away from everything he had known. You see, true power does not come from what you possess or control. It flows through you when you release the need to be anything other than what you are. Like Raziel, You too may discover that your greatest strength emerges when you let go of who you think you should be. In the mountains beyond the kingdom, a small bird named Arya struggled each day to take flight. She had collected beautiful trinkets, shiny